You may not have heard, but a motor show happened in Geneva this week. It was handily called the Geneva Motor Show, and it was full of absolutely mad cars. Sizable leaps in tech meant we saw some properly nutjob machinery. Like the Rimac C_2, a 1900 bhp 258 miles per hour self-driving electric hypercar. Or, the 1100 bhp plus Aston Martin Valkyrie Armor Pro, a hybrid V12 track car capable of 225 miles per hour, featuring an aerodynamic profile unlike anything we've seen before. And yet, it gets more nutjob. Step forward, the tuners of Geneva, a small enclave you can always rely on to push things just that teeny bit further. There were wings. There were colors. There were huge, probable alloy wheels. Be honest, it's what you want to see, right? Click forth and comment. Mansory Bugatti Veyron Vivere. Geneva just wouldn't be the same without Mansory. Its stand is the Aladdin's cave of gaudiness. You want a carbon fiber and gold ostrich skin office chair, they've got it. 50,000 pounds modified golf buggy. No problem. The thing that most caught our, and everybody else's, attention. Its new obsession with nouveau riche kitchen work surface carbon. Mansory slathered the stuff over everything this year, including a whole Bugatti Veyron. They call the carbon weave marble collage. You might call it something else. Let us know below. Liberty Walk Aventador. Not many humans would look at the 691 bhp, lozenge-shaped Lamborghini Aventador and conclude it needed a bit more visual bite. But then not many humans are Kato-san, the man behind Japanese tuning shop Liberty Walk. Here's his work, a 12-cylinder Raging Bull that's been cut, stretched, bashed and riveted within an inch of its life. Then slammed on bags, OBVS. Kahn Flying Huntsman 6x6 civilian carrier. Live in the wilderness. Have an aversion to contraception? Kahn Design's Chelsea Truck Company has the perfect car for you and your offspring. Called the Flying Huntsman 6x6 civilian carrier, it's a standard 110 that's been Stretch Armstrong D to add an extra axle, 2 more wheels, and room for 9 people. Top car stinger. Clearly, the Porsche 911 Turbo S cab doesn't have enough carbon. At least for Geneva, anyhow. Top car built a completely recladded carbon 911 Turbo S cab. The kit consists of 24 carbon composite body panels which we're told are bonded to using high-tech materials and, we quote, know-how skills. Mansory McLaren 720S. McLaren 720S is a modern wonder of the supercar world. It effortlessly straddles a line of everyday usability and ballistic performance. Mansory thought it could add a little bit more, by adding another 45 bhp thanks to an AQ flash and a new, freer flowing exhaust. But it's also got a bit busy with the looks by lowering the suspension, adding a new front bumper, side skirts and rear aerodynamic profile. Because what do the folks at Woking know, eh? Brabus Rocket 900. If you're a serious businessman who needs to get meetings fast, and your Match.com profile states torque as one of your interests, we've got the perfect car for you, the Brabus Rocket 900. 900 denotes the number of horses that power-hungry German tuner Brabus has managed to anvil from the S65's freshly bored 6.3-liter V12 biturbo. That also has a side effect 1,106 pounds-ft of tire shredding torque. A load of work has gone into making these monstrous numbers possible: larger pistons, bigger turbochargers, 80mm downpipes with modified exhaust manifolds, a new air intake system, custom Brabus billet crankshaft complete with a longer stroke and larger cylinder, as well as a new limited slip differential. An aero kit and fresh interior make it look the part. Liberty Walk GTR. Liberty Walk might be one of the most polarizing tuners on the planet. It has become notorious for bandsawing the arches off a multitude of exotic supercars, only to then rivet supersized body kits and slam suspension setups in place. For good or bad, you guys always have something to say about them. So, what do you think of this GTR? You normally have a thing or two to say about GTRs. Jaguar Greatest Hits XJ. This is what happens when Jaguar classic and Iron Maiden drummer Nico McBrain spend too much time down the pub drinking very dark, very brown beer. called the Greatest Hits. It's Nico's 1984 XJ6 Series 3 that's had some of the incredibly fashionable resto mod dust sprinkled all over it. Over 3,500 hours of work have gone into it, and it features unique metallic mauve paint, 18-inch wire wheels, and flared arches. Under the bonnet, a mildly tuned version of the 4.2-liter has been fully reconditioned and is running 3E-type spec SU carburetors. A custom exhaust system is finished with custom machined quad tailpipes, and the new upgraded suspension comes complete with adjustable rear dampers. You know, just in case you want to track it. Ruf SCR. Last year, Ruf surprised us with a modern recreation of its infamous Yellowbird. This year, it's done a thoroughly modern homage to its original SCR, which debuted 40 years ago. Its vintage looks have been blended with contemporary tech and lovely, Irish green, paint. Making use of a carbon monocoque body, it tips the scales at just 1,325 kilograms, some 150 kilograms lighter than a Porsche GT3. It's mated to a 4.0-liter naturally aspirated flat 6 with 503 horsepower and a 6-speed manual. Purists, you have permission to go and clean yourself up. Brabus Adventure 4x4 Squared. There's a new G-Wagon in town. But, unfortunately, Brabus can't get its grubby hands on one yet. So they had a go at the last one. It tuned the monstrous G500 4x4 Squared, which, if you need a reminder, puts the enormous tires and portal axles from the especially crazy Mercedes G63 6x6 beneath the regular, four-wheeled G-Wagon. For reasons not quite clear, Brabus has raised the output of the 4.0-liter biturbo V8 from 416 bhp to 493 bhp, while torque now stands at 523 pounds-ft. Hope those portal axles are built as tough as they look. Then come plenty of bumpers, bash plates and wires so you can just drive wherever and over whatever you want. Mansory Cyrus. If you post your Aston Martin to Mansory with a substantial check, this is what you'll get in return. It's called the Cyrus, and, for Mansory, is rather subtle. There are larger air intakes to help cool the twin-turbo V12, having been wound up to 700 bhp, which is apparently good for a 3.6-second 0-62 miles per hour sprint and top speed of 205 miles per hour. Mansory Stallone. The Mansory Stallone nameplate, which we're hoping is inspired by Sly, has been applied to all the tuners' front-engined V12 Ferraris since the 599 GTV. With the arrival of the new Rabbit 812 Superfast, it was obviously time to come up with a new one. So it has. With that new marble carbon, Mansory has given the Ferrari a complete overhaul in the bodywork department. Make of that what you will. Then it's added a big spoiler, because Ferrari obviously didn't do enough work in its multi-million-pound F1 tunnel, and then given it 830 bhp. Because as you well know, the 812 was definitely down on power.